up, world? It's the boy from his Blaze Beloved. Tapping in with y'all for another video. I wanted to do something different today. Like my main topic, one of the types of content to you guys. Like the main thing that I focus on, which is young adults, men preferably, um, and teens suffer with depression and abandonment issues and things of that sort. So today is going to be like Depression 101. If you stay tuned for the whole video, make sure to like. I don't really care about subscriptions. I just like to know if you agree, disagree, understand, or appreciate the content that I'm trying to do so I know I'm on the right track. So with that being said, let's dive right in. Um, what is depression? Depression is a low, sad mood. How long does it last? It can last for weeks, many weeks, or longer, sometimes days, months, depending on the person and the diagnosis that they have and the trauma that they deal with. What are some symptoms of depression? Depression has many symptoms. It depends, it varies depending on the person. Depends on what type of trauma you have, what type of things that you've been through, and how you deal with it. But some of the common ones are anger, irritability, being unstable, lack of appetite, stomach aches, headaches, and body aches. These can all be signs of depression. Lacking sleep can be experienced if suffering from depression, right? So those are just a couple things, but like I said, it depends on the person. Um, CBT is a treatment that they use. Therapists use it. CBT stands for cognitive behavior therapy. Selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, also known as SSRIs, are the most common type. Healthy sleeping habits, eating well, and exercise on regular schedules can help with depression. I've learned that because at one point I was suffering with it really bad, wasn't sleeping at all. I'm out for 2 and 3 days, 4 days, a week at a time, no sleep, stressing. Depending on if you have any DOCs, that could play a major part in it. I mean, if you know, you know. Um, Healthy sleeping habits, eating well, and exercising on regular schedules can help with depression. I realize that when I'm depressed, anytime I'm doing anything physical, it helps. Anytime I'm in the gym or I'm working out, anything I'm doing to, know, move that feeling of sadness and guilt and pain and hurt and confusion, any way to move that to the other side and take your mind off it, it helps, especially exercise. Depression can lead to thoughts and actual suicide. The number to reach for that is 988 to reach the suicide and crisis lifeline. 988 is to reach the suicide and crisis lifeline. It's available 24/7, 365. So if you ever have thoughts of committing suicide or you have nobody to talk to or want somebody to talk to, this number and these people are always there and available 24/7, 365 for any help that you may need. There's always somebody, you're never alone. Please, if you're having suicidal thoughts, do not go at it alone. Please. Um, Depression is a mood disorder that varies depending on how severe. Interest and loss is a symptom. It can be mild, moderate, or severe. I believe mine to be moderate at this point in my life. At one point, it may have been severe, but I've really been in the lab working, trying to better myself, and shadow working, and trying to be the best version of myself. And I've made a lot of progress. I believe that you are in my shoes, or coming up in my shoes, or have been in my shoes. I commend you if you're trying. I commend you if you're doing better. I applaud you because it's a tough road, and it only people that been through the things that we've been through understands how severe it really is. It really is a mental thing, but you can always overcome it. Um, Drugs can also play a major role in depression, as well as alcohol. Learning your triggers can help target how you deal with it going forward. Once you figure out your triggers, that leads to depression. You'll be able to better manage and pick up on when, why, how, and what, and how long it lasts and what it stems from. Depression can be influenced by genes and how likely it is for depression to develop. The most common form of depression is major depressive disorder, which is MDD. It's a 2 week minimum to be diagnosed for this major depressive disorder. You need to have 2 weeks of constant depression in order to be diagnosed with that. Like I said, there's levels to it. Certain ones, depending on how severe it is, determines where you fit in the spectrum. Me, I don't really eat as frequent when I'm depressed. My thoughts constantly circle and cycle. If you realize these things about yourself, again, take the time to note what triggers you to make you feel those ways. You can feel fatigue, loss of interest in everything or certain things, loss in organizing, changing your hygiene. That's a big one. That's a very, very big one. You suffer from depression if you realize like certain days you might, I mean, you might just be like, hey, I don't feel like this, or I don't feel like that, or I don't feel like getting fresh today. I don't feel like, it's like I don't even care how I look today. Whenever you start feeling like that, break that cycle because that's starting. You got to figure your triggers out. Um, Other than that, you got if you resort to drinking, that's another thing a lot of people do because it takes your mind off of the things that you going through and you stressing. But the next day, or you make bad decisions that night off of drinking, or you feel bad as hell that next day, the problems are still there. The problems are still going to be there that next day or whenever so it's better to deal with it, get help, try to sign up for some AA meetings or something. Um, so many things that you could do. The more I get into these videos, the more I'll start to transform my videos to have certain things and put it in the videos for you guys, like links and sources and websites and things of these sorts to help you on your journey to be a better person and deal with your problems in a better way, more positive manner. Um, Getting lost in sexual desires. To each his own. Depending on the person, that can be a trigger. You gotta pay attention to your cycles. Staying inside, not getting any air, isolating yourself, not wanting to be around anybody, dissociating, all of those things, no bueno. No bueno for depression. You gotta get out and do things. You gotta clean up. You gotta pull yourself together. You cannot let yourself go drain and lower and lower and lower. Because from my experience, what I've learned, the longer you go without fixing it, the longer you go with the depression, it'll just keep going. Like mine will last 2 weeks sometimes. 3 weeks sometimes, a month sometimes. Like sometimes you gotta really snap out of it and really pull yourself together. Reading helps for me. As I've gotten older, reading helps. That early in my years, reading wouldn't it didn't do anything. I've always been a reader, but as I've gotten older, it's more common for me, and it definitely helps. And I read things that are what I'm trying to fix in my life. Like I don't read, like horror books or things. I read books that are informative and positive things that I want to do in my life, like affirmation books or books on how to be a better parent or how to be a better man or how to be. I just read books that are informative to me, learning books, not any books that have no meaning towards them. But teachers on, I'm just saying reading helps. Journaling. I've been writing my whole life. Journaling. I don't know how many books I've ran throughout my entire life. At this point, I'm down to maybe three, but I use my laptop a little bit more to write now, and I use my phone, like my notepad and my phone, to jot down notes and little things that um, I don't write anymore. You lose books, you lose paper, all of that stuff. So get back to it. Triggers. Okay, triggers can be figured out by learning things that upset you or put you in a bad mood or change your mood. Being gaslit and confused. Absolutely. Having no outside life, nowhere to escape. Holding everything in, no outlet or venting. Um, I choose to write as my way of venting. Typing, it is one as well. If you have a laptop or a notebook, you can vent that way. Repetition or not, keeping busy when you feel depressed. Keep busy. Don't just be in the bed, laying down all day, sleeping all day, watching TV. Get up, get active, move around, get some fresh air, shower, fix yourself up, make yourself look nice, clean your room, clean your kitchen, clean your living room. You know, do something to make yourself feel better. Definitely get fresh air. Um, Another trigger for me is non-respectful or appreciative partners or family members and friends. Like that is a big trigger for me. So at this point in my life, I'm learning how to just cut people off, just cut them off. If you're not at that point yet, then there's things that you could do like limit your time with these people that don't respect you. Limit your time with them. Limit how you deal with them because you stressed out and thinking about the things you're going through and wanting them to respect you, and you angry and upset and losing your mind and getting locked up or getting in arguments, getting in fights, fighting family members, and been through it all. Rather than having to go through those things, compose yourself, learn what your triggers are, and you figure out a way how to deal with these people that you have to deal with because some people you can't just kick out of your life. Some people you have to deal with, you have to be cordial with, you have to find a way to deal with them. So with that being said, distance sometimes is key. Sometimes you gotta distance yourself when they don't respect you. Because I've gotten tricked out of my freedom a few times in my life, and at this point in my life, the last place you want to be is jail. Once you in there, I don't want to be nowhere where once I'm in there, I can't leave. Somebody else tell me when I leave. I ain't on that shit. You have to be mindful of those things. You don't never let nobody push you to a point where you lose your self control, or that you let them put you in a predicament where you worse off than before. Always remember that. So learn your triggers. Um, a trigger to me is when something or somebody else changes your mood that sinks you into depression. So with that being said, don't let nobody ever change your mood. Ever. It's just people that call me, and I know they like mood drainers. They just take my energy whenever I talk to them. Bro, there's nothing wrong with not answering your phone. You don't want to talk to somebody. There's nothing wrong with that. Of course, everybody don't have the same morals as me. They don't live by the same codes, but to each his own. You got to do what you got to do to get where you need to get in life. And depression for me is has been a big thing in my life, and I've recently just started to understand what I've been dealing with all this time in my life. So with the knowledge that I've acquired throughout these years and throughout the research that I've done, even the study that I'm doing now, because I'm still learning, there's still things about myself that I don't know, and I'm learning and figuring out every day, and hopefully helping somebody because that's my mission. My mission is to reach as many young men as I can that are going through some of the things or things that I've been through in my life, and if I can help in any way, I'm highly gratified for that because I never had a father, and I know it's a lot of young men and children out there that don't have fathers. And if I could be somewhat of a role model to someone, or a piece of advice, or an ear to hear, or a message, I feel like I've done what I was supposed to do. It's all for a good purpose. We all here for a reason. We all got things to do. And we can't do those things if we are mentally unstable. So we have to work together, as a whole, as a world, as a community. We have to work together to bring peace and bring love and bring help to everybody that needs it and that's willing to get help, because nobody deserves to get left behind. Nobody deserves to get left in the dark unless that's your choice. And if you want to be nothing, and you want to be somebody that never wants shit and just want to be destructive forever and just fuck up everybody else shit, then this is not for you. This is for the people that want to be better and they know that deep down inside, whether a doctor told them or not, that they have some possible mental issues, whether it's from life, whether it's from family trauma, whether it's been from relationship trauma, whether it's been um, whether it's genetic, whatever it may be. We all got issues and we all have problems. And sometimes it just takes for somebody to listen in a different perspective to understand, for somebody to get a breakthrough to where they need to be to get to the next step. And I hope that I could help somebody, and I hope that I could reach people that could help me as well. So with that being said, but love, Blaze, from me to you, it's all love. I'm tapping out. Till next time, stay safe. Work on your triggers. That's important. Work on your triggers. Figure those out. Figure your triggers out. Till next time, I'm out. One.